Hello friends, today we're talking about bun forms in your updo. So they're a great tool to use and I'm going to tell you how and why I use them. So first of all, there's generally two types. There's this kind, and this has more of a mesh feel to it, and then this foam one, okay? So these foam ones I find are best to use for your daughter's dance recital. They're going to give you that really perfect donut shaped bun. Bobby pins don't push into them. They're harder to anchor. Leave them for the ballet. That's my advice. What you want is these mesh ones. So you can order them on Amazon. I will put a link down in the comments, and they come in lots of different sizes. So this is a teeny one. They get pretty big. And what you're gonna do is just actually cut this. So you can use it just like this and put it around your ponytail, but it's more versatile if you cut it open. So if you snip it, the donut right here, then it turns into this. So you unroll it and you get this great meshy piece that you can form and use however you want. So for this one here, if I were to be doing something that's maybe a little bit on the side, or like wanted to make more bulk on this side, this is where I wanted the weight of my updo to be, this is where I would put it. So wherever you want to have the weight of your updo to be, that's where you want this to go. And what it does is it creates more bulk for you in your updo. So if you have someone with really thin hair, so her is pretty fine, if I have to use her hair as an anchor to build on in an updo, I'm losing out on all this hair to use. So let's say I didn't have this form and I just pin this into the head right here, and then I pin this one into the head. This is how limited I am to the size. Now I'm gonna build on top of this. I'm gonna be pushing my pins for this hair into this, and this is not really usable. When you add your bun form, what this is doing is creating that extra bulk as a base so you can put pins into it and you can really maximize all the hair to use your updo. So you just want to get it in the shape that you want. And I chose the smaller one because her hair is finer and it's going to be a smaller updo. And then you're just going to hold it against where the base is. So this is a ponytail here and I'm holding it against her head. And I'm just going to go through with my pins. I'm not even opening them. And I'm just pushing them into the mesh so they slide right in. I can feel it grabbing the mesh here. I go to her head and then I push it towards myself. So that's gonna really anchor it in. What that does is it creates a flat, it's the bobby pin lays flat against the head, and so you have more of a base and more of a better anchor. So you go kind of around the edges so it's all sealed in here. And you can do as many bobby pins as you need to get it in, but you can see it's just laying against the head. And so then this is where I'm gonna put my updo base, I should say. So I'm gonna divide this into two, and I've already curled it, so you can see it already has a curl formation, and I'm gonna bring it over the top. So if you need this to be spread out more, and you can use your fingers if you need to, or if it needs to be even more spread, you wanna take a comb, and you want to back comb on the inside of this curl. So the internal side here, I'm going to back comb, and that kind of just gives it a little bit more bulk, and then it will spread out a little bit more to cover this. So what I'm going to do is hold it here. So I'm covering the form, bringing it to the top of it, and then I'm going to pin into the form. So I've got my thumb on the inside of this curl here, and I'm gonna go in and grab some of the hair of the curl and just go straight into that bun form. And so that already starts to anchor it right into where I want it to be. And you can kind of shape this as you go. So if you want it to be a little bigger, pull it out a little bit more. And then go through with your pin and add another anchoring pin. So we've got our first piece right in there. So you can still see it, and that's okay because you have all this hair to come down. And we still have this one to go. So depending on what kind of shape you're going for, you might want to bring it to the other side. If you want it all to go to this side, you could bring it over here. So I'm going to bring this one over here to cover up this part here. And I'm going to do the same thing. It's already got a curl in it. So I'm going to bend it in the shape of the direction of the curl. And if you want it to be bigger, you can fan it out. If you need help with that fanning, you want to get my angle right here. Back home on the inside of the curl, smooth it over the top, and then you'll be able to fan that out a little bit more because you've created more bulk. So my thumb is holding the curl, And then I'm gonna replace my thumb with my bobby pin. I'm gonna open it just a little bit, go inside the curl, grab the hair, and pin it into that bun form. So I can feel that form as I push it in. And so you can see that I have some room to pull this out to create more bulk if I want it to be. But what would happen if I didn't have this bun form is this hair would be flatter against the head and I wouldn't have all this great internal padding to pull this hair down into. So this is the beginning. It's starting to take shape. You can see I need to cover this side, but this is the beginning of that bun form. So now when I take out the top, depending on what you're gonna do, this is kind of pre-done, pre-updoed, but you can see I can pull it over to this side now, and I can twist this hair, and I can actually pin it into this form, right into the bun form here, to create whatever shape I want. But you have this great anchor down there to be able to create any updo, any look that you want, and it's really, really handy. So I recommend keeping some in your kit and just having it to create that volume that you need in any kind of bun shape of an updo. If you need a chignon, if you need a French twist, if you just need something like curly and boho, having these for an anchor is really, really helpful, especially on really thin hair. So grab them on Amazon. I'll put the links in the comments. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'm happy to help. And thank you once again for joining me. Always, there's more at theupdocollective.com, and I'll see you next week.